So, we all know that Frieren has the number one on my anime list for a while now, many months, nearly a year at this point. It has dethroned Fullmetal Alchemist for a while. I mean, Fullmetal Alchemist has been dethroned before. However, the Fullmetal Alchemist fans go berserk and then basically demote the rank 1 anime and replace themselves upon the throne, which was the case for Oshinoko. However, Oshinoko is nowhere to be seen in the top 5 anymore. Even the top 10, you can see here, it has dropped down quite a bit. Yep. However, that is besides the point here. I'm trying to look at the low ratings, or should I say bad reviews for Frieren here, and I respect the low ratings when it makes sense. A lot of reviewers are giving it a 5 out of 10, average, mid. Mid, however, is a word that's typically used when people mean trash. However, I wonder if they really know that mid really means average. But when people say it, that's not what they mean. That's besides the point, though. We'll take a look here at some bad reviews that make no sense. Even might have spelling mistakes. But yeah, here we go. To start off, I'm gonna show the names of these reviewers just because I don't want to show their names and make them be known or anything. And I respect their opinion, no matter what. I won't be a hater. I'm not saying I have any better taste than anyone or they have better taste than me or anything. I'm just saying how they should try to reevaluate their reviews a bit. Some of them just don't make no sense. So here we go. This person says the hype is so unjustified. Okay, I understand. Start off, I want to say that I don't think Frieren should be number 1. Personally, I don't think it's the greatest ever of all time or anything. I would say overall it's probably not better than Fullmetal Alchemist either. However, I don't think the hype is unjustified. But we'll continue. I watched 12 whole episodes, and I can't even name one episode that made me go like wow or crazy. This one's just passing my opinion, man. He wasn't surprised at all. With 12 whole episodes, the characters are not very fitting, and there's one who like a freaking IA. The world is okay, nothing new or original. Okay, they need to make Frieren aspect and importance more meaningful. The character development of her is average. Like, I'm not gonna spoil it, but it's just disappointing. The romance is okay, very secondary, but pretty enjoyable. I didn't enjoy this one, to be honest. Everything feels dragged, which is something I don't like at all. And for people telling me I didn't watch the show, I did watch 12 episodes. 12 whole episodes. Okay. I'll respect the 12 whole episodes that he watched. I would say typically people should watch around like 3 episodes to really see if they like it or not, and then drop it if they don't like it. However, 12, I mean, here pretty deep, nearly the halfway mark. However, I would say that Frieren isn't a show where you'll be amazed by the episode. This isn't like JJK, Jujutsu Kaisen, and they were airing around similar times. And season 2 of Jujutsu Kaisen blew up because the fights were crazy. And this episode really was interesting and flashy, especially the Sukuna versus Mahoraga fight, for example. However, it's really not that type of show. The hype really isn't it about being fascinating or mesmerizing. It's really about resonating with the audience. And I would say something like Jujutsu Kaisen doesn't resonate to the level of where you can even have some sort of relatability on their scale. I would say only type of relatability would be their emotions. However, back to this, I I would agree with the world being nothing new. You know, typical, not I wouldn't say typical, but fantasy world, magic, just tons of other things or shows with that type of setting. However, I would disagree on the character development being average. Frieren's character development is strange, really, because her character development isn't throughout the series. It's it's something that she receives as sort of before the series starts. And what she does throughout the series is simply explore her development and admire her peers more. But she had already been admiring her peers towards the end of her previous journey, if that makes sense. She's appreciating her development now. And to continue now on this, um, disappointing is I expect it. I mean, I can't say, oh, it's not disappointing at all, because everyone has different tastes and everything. However, disappointing really depends on. It seems here that he went into this show with hype, right? Because he probably, or she, or I don't know, doesn't matter. This person, um, whoever they were hyped by the community into watching this show, obviously anime, and their hype was probably around the level of, oh, this might be some JJK level, or some Demon Slayer crazy fights. I mean, there was action, of course, but it's really not that type of show to classify. Anyway, honestly, I just think that the rating is very low. I'll respect it, but I see that a lot of people think it's boring, and it seems that it's not your cup of tea. Because boring can really be applied to a lot of slice of life shows, which plot isn't really complex. There isn't something always going on. It's really just about, simple things. Frieren is really about a slice of life aspects as you go through the journey, and something that you take away from each journey. But it isn't some heavy and complex plot which explodes onto. But yeah, besides his or their spelling mistakes, I would say this review is pretty alright. I mean, I get that he didn't like it, but it doesn't make sense. I think there was character development, and I would say character development isn't really an opinion, but I mean, they really should try finishing the show, I think. Just give the second half a chance. I'll say the second half is better than the first half. It really together. It's better. However, moving on. Okay, this one's pretty long. 5 out of 10, okay. I won't go through to this one, but honestly, again, Frieren, I understand people can make spelling mistakes, but the other person made like more than one. So, you should at least review your reviews. I don't make reviews myself, so I shouldn't want to talk. I'll let you guys decide on that. Besides that, I see this a lot. Frieren herself has an external personality, doesn't say anything really since it'd be a waste of time. It's tends to be known that elves in shows or anime or anything in general media, they seem to be cold and all that. However, it's kind of expected for her character to be this way throughout the story right now, because she does show signs of being caring towards Fern, Stark, and whoever comes along the journey. However, you can't expect her character development to be thrown onto every single time, every episode, because, like I said, her character development is more shown towards before the story has begun, and now it's simply about acceptance. So, I just think that the argument that a lot of people are making about, well, not an argument, just a straight up saying how no, there isn't development and they're flat characters, doesn't make sense. And back to this, so I'm not sure why this anime was this popular, because I just found it nothing but boring and dull. I really wanted to like this one, but just couldn't. I'm not going to say it's a bad anime, but I'm not going to say it's good either. I can't rate it any higher than a 5. I think it doesn't deserve that high in my eyes. I feel it feels like one of those animes that you either care about the story or just don't. And I know for me, I don't. Okay, popularity obviously doesn't mean greatness. That is for sure. Simply being Demon Slayer being one of the best examples. It's a very popular show, anime. However, for objectively, it's not a great story overall. And yeah, but back to this. This isn't about Demon Slayer. This is about Frieren. So boring and dull. Honestly, this seems like at the end of the day, most of the reviews coming down to boring and dull. They're saying no progression of the story or anything of that sort. It's you really need to see the point. And it's that boring and dull. It's kind of like you're saying your life. Just life is boring. No, not your life. Let me clarify. I mean, life in general is boring and dull. It's just showing how, if you were in that world and you were just traveling towns, you'd be doing the same, similar stuff. Not the same stuff, obviously. No magic. Let's say you'd be buying bread and going to the house, or buying someone a ring, or eating food, chopping down wood, just exploring, talking to the citizens of the village, I guess. And I guess, honestly, a lot of people don't find that interesting, but being boring and dull. Boring is one thing, but dull is something else. And dull, by definition, is something of lack of excitement. And Frieren isn't meant to be an exciting show. That isn't its top goal. It's really about appreciating your journey and your friendships with others, which Frieren has a difficult time, considering he's 1,000 years old. But I understand why people find it boring, but I just think that it's really a whole genre at this point, or the style of the show. And I think they're also understanding that the development isn't thrown in your face like other shows, or isn't major. The development is something that the story is about as a whole, and its progression isn't quick. People want quick progression, of course. So yeah, honestly, this review is definitely better than the other one. Other one, honestly, I think was pretty mediocre. But yeah, let's see one more review. Okay, this one's pretty funny. The only positive thing I can think about while watching it is the animation quality and the general good vibes of copyright. Okay. Plot is bad, actually really bad with a lot of flaws nonsense. Okay, flaws. That really depends. But I don't think it has as many flaws as this guy thinks, or this person thinks it has. Characters have charisma near the bedrock level of Minecraft. Bad reasoning from the main character, they all look sleepy and tired. Honestly, the sleepy tired part, realistically, they would be tired. They're freaking traveling up mountains, but it's really about design, and I don't think this person's definitely exaggerating it, being sleepy and tired. But a lot of the expressions are being annoyed. I mean, that's really about what Frieren is about. Frieren is kind of serves like as a mother in a way of the group, and she's just tired of their them being annoying. But anyway, there are some trials of jokes within. We just turned to flat as Kyra saying those. To be fair, I'll give them that. I'll give this person that. Comedy. I mean, it is really essential. You'll get some smiles, some laughs. However, as flat as the characters, I assume this person means that no development. All right. This isn't some battle shonen development, even though it is shonen. It's not your typical series, and it's definitely not generic either. However, continuing on, definitively an anime to direct to those to watch in the background while doing something else. Now, to watch in the background or do something else, that would be a hard disagree, because this isn't a battle shonen, but you could probably pull that off, right? So you probably wouldn't even know what's going on. I can see what he's saying because of the plot progression not being quick. It's really about daily life. However, honestly, we can all see at the end of the day, it's about being boring. People just say, "Oh, it's not interesting. Characters being flat." Well, it's up to you, I guess. But Frieren is a good series overall, and I think they should give it another try. But you don't have to hear it from me. Hear from them. 5 characters. Bad show, series. They got it. However, I won't take the disrespect, Frieren community. I'm not the number one Frieren man. If you guys are, you got it. And that's it for this video, guys.